Good morning. My name is Miss Kiosha.
I'm Miss Casey.
And I'm Miss Cindy.
Thank you for joining us for Brain Game.
Today we'll be making a fraction pizza.
While we're at the club, we want everyone to feel like they belong.
It's no different here online.
First off, make sure you have permission from your parents to participate.
Secondly, grab your club on the go bag. You might have some materials in there that's needed for this video.
Lastly, have fun, leave comments, take quizzes, and submit your work below.
Ready?
Awesome. Let's get started.
So the materials that you will be needing today is construction paper to make a round circle for your pizza, and you can cut out little condiments of your pizza. We have pepperonis, which are little red circles. We have mushrooms. We have some green for our peppers. We have some little black circles for our olives. And we have some shredded cheese. Now, you don't have to have all these condiments. You can make your own, but these are the ones that we are going to show you today. And we're not going to tape them on, but if you want to tape yours on, you can use tape or glue. And we already have our pizzas made. So we have a whole pizza made, and then we have another pizza that we have cut up into slices.
And we painted it red as our tomato sauce.
Yes, you can put your sauce on there however you want with paint or crayons or even construction paper. So again, today we will be discussing fractions. What is a fraction? What is a fraction?
A fraction is a part of something that is whole.
Okay, and why do we use fractions?
To figure out how many pieces of a whole we are using.
Okay, and believe it or not, you use fractions every day. Most of the time, whenever you eat, anything you cut up into pieces is a fraction. Like your parent might say, how much pizza did you eat? You ate a fraction of the pizza. How much of your apple did you eat? You ate a fraction of that apple. How much homework did you do? You did a fraction of your homework. So everything you do during the day is basically in fractions. So today we're going to figure out how to write a fraction and represent just the basic fractions. So to represent a fraction, you're going to have a numerator,
which is your top number,
and a denominator,
which is your bottom.
So your bottom number is how many pieces we split the pizza up into. Our pizza is split up into 8 pieces today. So our denominator is 8. That's always going to be however many slices of the apple you sliced it, how much of the sandwich you sliced, and then the top number is going to be the pieces we talk about, how many pieces. We might only use 2 of these pieces, so our fraction might be 2 over 8, which is 2/8 of the piece. So that's how you know what your numerator and your denominator are. So how are some ways that we can compare fractions?
To see if they're larger or smaller.
So we can say, who ate the bigger fraction of your dinner tonight? Or who did the biggest, who ate the most apple? So that's how we compare it, to see what part of the fraction that you used. So we're going to show you a few simple fractions with our pizza. We have Miss Kiosha, she has a whole pizza. So she's going to kind of just put some topping on a pizza to show you the difference, and Casey's going to hold up the pieces of the pizza depending on the fractions. We're going to do some small, and then we're going to play a game called Put the Toppings on the Pizza. All right, so let's start off with half of your pizza. Well, let's start off with a whole pizza. Your whole pizza is the whole round thing with nothing missing, and we have 8 pieces. So Miss Kiosha has her whole pizza intact. Miss Casey has 8 pieces sliced, so she has to put all 8 of those pieces to make a whole. So now let's show them what a half a pizza would look like.
So, an easy way that you can figure out what a half of a pizza would look like is dividing 8 by 2. 8 by 2 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. So that's half of your pizza. So that's 1/2. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is half of our pizza.
And so this is half of her pizza as it's being eaten. So if you think of a half, it has to be equal on both sides. The same amount of pieces that are there or the same amount of pieces that are missing. and you put that together and it makes a whole. So another way, let's see, let's do, since we have 8 pieces, let's do a third of that pizza. How would you do a third of that pizza?
A third is, all you have to do is divide it into 3 sections. So I'm gonna take this top half, and this is gonna be my third. Yeah.
So a third would be 1/3 of that pizza. And that would be like if we cut the pizza into 3 sections, one for me, one for Miss Casey, and one for Miss Kiosha, and we each got the same equal apart, would be 1/3 of the pizza. Okay? What if we just wanted 1/8 of that pizza? If we just gave 1/8 of the pizza to each one of us, how many pieces would we get if we just had 1/8?
Just one slice.
Just one slice, because remember we had 8 slices and we only want 1/8, so we want 1 piece out of the 8. Okay, so let's do a little game, and we are going to decorate our pizza. By now you should have cut you out some little condiments, and we are going to decorate our pizza according to the fractions that I call out, and let's see if we can get that all correct. Okay, so we are going to take, let's start off with some cheese. We are going to put cheese over the whole pizza. So we want cheese to be on all 8 slices.
Our pizza is gonna be.
And you can
extra
decorate
cheesy.
yours too.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, because we're going to show them how yours will be, it don't have to be together.
Okay.
So you want cheese over your whole pizza. That's one whole, and it's represented, you can represent it in 2 different ways. You can represent it as 1, or you can represent it as 8/8, because 8 pieces is how many the pizza has, and 8 slices is how much we've cut in. So 8/8 equals 1 whole. Okay? And once you practice this and go over it, you'll understand fractions a little bit more fun, and do it every time you have some food. Like if you have a sandwich, cut your sandwich into 4 slices and then give 1/4 to somebody or 1/2 to somebody. Okay? Now that we have our pizza covered, our 1 whole pizza is covered, so 8 slices out of the 8 slices are covered. We are going to next start with our olives, and let's cover half of our pizza with olives. Half of our pizza with olives. So Miss Casey, how many slices are we gonna cover?
4.
We're gonna cover 4 slices. So 1/2 would also be the same as 4/8, because you covered 4 slices out of the 8, which equals half also. And as you get older, you'll learn how to do that in a multiplication way where you can figure out how to get that. But right now we're just doing it visually. So 4 pieces out of our 8 are covered with olives, and we call that 1/2 because it's half of our pizza. Okay? So now let's do a little bit smaller, because not everyone likes mushrooms. So let's only cover 3/8 of our pizza with mushroom. 3/8 of our pizza. So Miss Kiosha, how many slices are we gonna cover?
3.
3. 3 out of 8.
And I'm gonna put my mushrooms with the olives because I like olives and mushrooms. So
And you can, like she said, you can put them on any 3 slices. 3/8 of your pizza are covered with mushrooms. So that means 5 slices are left without mushrooms. So our next one we're gonna do, we need to put some peppers on there. So let's see how we're gonna do our peppers. We did 3 with mushrooms. So let's do 6/8. 6/8. So we have 8 slices. We're gonna put 6 of them with peppers. So we have 2 without peppers. All right. Trying to see if I can trick them and slip them up.
She definitely did, because I could have sworn she said 5. Hold on, look.
So we have our peppers, we have our black olives, we have our mushrooms. Now we need pepperonis. You think everybody loves pepperonis, but I learned yesterday not everybody likes pepperonis. So Miss Kiosha and Miss Casey, I'm gonna have you put pepperonis on your pizza how you want it, and then we're gonna figure out what your fraction is. So you put pepperonis on the ones that you like, and then we're gonna see what that equals to.
It's gonna be like a pizza maker, like connoisseur.
They really look really nice, the pizzas.
Thank you.
Almost look edible.
Like I'm a connoisseur of all trades, Miss Cindy.
I'm glad I ate before we did this activity. It's really beautiful pizza making.
So I like pepperoni, so it's gonna be full of pepperoni.
So you're gonna have a whole pizza with pepperoni?
Most definitely.
My pizza is gonna be a half because I like peppers. So I put my pepperoni on the 2 slices that I did have peppers on, and then the other 2 slices are just pepperoni. I don't eat mushrooms or olives, so I just left that whole other half without pepperoni.
And I actually eat mushrooms and olives. I'm not a big fan of peppers on my pizza. So my entire pizza is covered in pepperoni because pepperoni is my favorite type of pizza. But if I could peel all of these green peppers off, I would.
So we got Miss Kiosha with a half of pepperoni and Miss Casey with 8 pieces of pepperoni. So both of these we can write in other numbers also. Remember we said 1/2 also equals 4/4. She has 4 pieces covered, 4/8, 4 pieces covered out of 8. So that's the same as a half. And Miss Casey has 8 pieces covered out of the 8 pieces she has. So what did we say if we have 8 and 8/8?
1 whole.
1 whole pizza covered with pepperonis. So you can make your pizza however you like. You don't have to put all these toppings on. It'd be a good game to play with your family, to decorate the pizza and try to trick them and say, okay, cover 1/2 of your pizza. And you can use a chart like this that we use to help us with the game and go through that and see who gets their pizza covered the first one to get it covered, or see who has the best looking pizza. But both of these pizzas look awesome today. So we hope you enjoyed learning about fractions and how to make pizza, and that you do use fractions every day in your activity, especially when you're eating. Remember to interact below. We want to see pictures of the pizza that you made, if you use different toppings, if you use the same, and how you did your game for today. Remember to stay connected to the club by Facebook. And that's all for today. See you next time.